And so, typically you have the photographer, you have the reporter, you both go out. But now that you're sort of, all in one, talk us through like your process. You identify, the story or the region, you do the research. Talk us through the process of the difference between just being, strictly a photographer and now being a visual correspondent.
I guess in the past, photographers, we were siloed under the department in a way where we kind of took instructions. We worked on things in teams, we worked on things in big groups, and we got assignments. We were assigned to do things. We, as a daily news photographer, especially in the newspaper business, we oftentimes we were told what to do, and we were given assignments. So I feel like becoming a correspondent has really forced me to generate my own story ideas, to pitch all the time. We have weekly story memos that go out to editors. So we kind of have to stay on top of it, and I think it's actually done me a lot of good journalistically. It's probably the best thing ever to just kind of be put in that, it be put in that kind of test. I mean, it's almost like baptism by fire, I think. And then going to Afghanistan really set in place that motion, because I remember when uh, I was alone in the first week or so in Afghanistan, and had no writing partner and my writing partner at that point was Nabi Boulos, the incredible Middle East correspondent. But unfortunately, due to unseen circumstances, he was stuck outside for a little bit, and we had to make do. So I was the only one representing the company in the country at that point.
And Calvin, why don't you talk us through your process? You have Marcus out there, the pandemic happens.
Right.
And then you've got to deal with the other end of the business.
Are we talking about Afghanistan, or are we talking about in general?
I would say first in general, and then we can
Okay.
focus on Afghanistan.
Yeah, again, when Marcus was, when he was based in LA, he was our point guy for COVID. He was our first photographer who got into a hospital in San Diego, and he got the doctors and nurses working on patients. It's something we've been trying to do for a month or so, and Marcus broke through. He also did a great job down in Tijuana with that mass grave of COVID victims. So again, Marcus has shown signs that he could come up with his own stories, and he pitched the idea of going down to Venezuela to get the migrants there, and we did a big spread in print and online. So I felt like, Marcus, he was a Met Pro. He started 6 years ago. He was a trainee, and basically, like he said, he took assignments, and he grew from that. He grew as a journalist. So I felt like he was ready for something else, and he was ready to take on new challenges. So when he went overseas, he learned, he grew by leaps and bounds, just because he had to navigate something he's never done before, and he did it by himself. So he is probably the most, I guess, out of all the photographers that I know, he is the most, I would say, most prepared. He's always thinking 2 steps, 3 steps ahead, and it's amazing. Again, for someone who's just started as a trainee 6 years ago, so he grew by incredible leaps and bounds as a journalist.